Good morning. Welcome to our veteran support group for veterans who are experiencing symptoms of PTSD. I'm Emily. I'm an LMSW, and I'll be facilitating this group for the next 10 to 12 weeks. We'll kind of feel it out and see how y'all are doing and what your needs are at that point. Right now, I'd like to do some group introductions. If you'll just tell me your name, tell me about your experience in the military, and tell me how you're feeling today.
My name's Brooke. I was in the Air Force and I did 2 tours overseas, and I'm feeling pretty good today, but I came to the group because my symptoms just keep getting worse, it feels like. I've been home for about a year and it's just really affecting my family. Like, my kids just don't think I'm the same person. My husband doesn't feel like I'm the same person, and he really just pushed me to come and get some help for, what I went through, because it was a lot. I'm sure it was a lot for everyone, but.
Okay.
My name's Tanner. I was in the Green Berets, and I was primarily a sniper. I can't really tell where I was deployed because it's kind of classified.
Okay.
But I experienced a lot of severe and intense things just starting from training. And I've been back home for about 3 years and nothing really has gotten better. And I've been really isolated, and it's been really, really hard on my family.
Okay.
And it's hard for me to come here. I don't really get out of the house a whole lot.
Well, I'm glad you've made it here today.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really anxious, really nervous, but I'm also feeling hopeful.
Okay, that's good. Did you say how you were feeling this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I am a little nervous about the group, but it's just a little intimidating to come and talk about everything, but I'm hopeful that it will be beneficial and that they'll help with my family.
Okay. I wanted to go over a couple of group rules. Since this is a small group, I think it shouldn't be too difficult to maintain these rules. Obviously, we want to respect each other and try not to talk while another person's talking. Confidentiality here is very important. Pretty much what we say in groups stays in groups, so we wouldn't want you leaving here and talking about what Brooke says or what you say. Can y'all think of anything else y'all would want to add to kind of lay some ground rules?
I think that maybe one of my concerns is feeling like my experiences weren't as bad as others, and so I just think that being respectful of everyone's experiences and accepting that trauma and things like this affect people in different ways, I think is important to me and hopefully to other members too. But I think that would help me feel more comfortable as well.
Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Everybody's subjected to their own trauma and their own perceptions of what happened to them. So, like you said, we shouldn't judge others for how they're feeling, no matter how extreme somebody thinks their event was or not. I wanted to mention too, with confidentiality, I will not disclose any information y'all tell me to anybody else who works here unless y'all are telling me that you are feeling like hurting yourself, hurting someone else, or if a child is being abused. Just wanted to make sure that was clear with y'all. Are you both seeing outpatient services for therapy?
I haven't started yet. I wanted to try this out first and see how it went.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not either. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty nervous being here, and I've been in my house for a long time.
Okay.
So
Maybe that's something y'all can become interested in the future. I think it can be really beneficial. Can y'all tell me about some of y'all's social supports, like family members who you feel are understanding or friends that you're in contact with?
My parents are supportive I feel like everyone in my life is supportive to an extent. Like, they don't really understand everything that I'm going through. Like, especially my temper is just so, like, I feel like I just get set off by anything, and they've been patient with me, but I can feel that they're starting to lose it. So I have my parents and I also have my husband, but it's rocky sometimes. But
Yeah, and I think that's typical for most people in your situation. It's really difficult for civilians to imagine the kind of things that y'all have seen and gone through.
mhm.
What about you?
I mean, I have my wife and my parents. It just sucks because, you know, a lot of the things that I was exposed to, I can't legally talk about.
Right.
And, of course, I have, like, you know, my brothers that were in, like, in combat with me.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, anyway.
Are you still in contact with many of them?
A few, but you know, I don't get out of the house a whole lot, and they invite me to like barbecues and stuff like that. I can call them if I need to, I guess, but I don't really utilize that.
What do you think keeps you from leaving your home and wanting to
It's
be
just,
social?
I don't know, just I don't know, just not being adjusted
Okay.
to the city life, you know.
I think for me, like in those situations, it takes you back. Like, it's so easy to be in a big crowd, and all of a sudden you're in a crowd in a different country, and it's just one thing can just trigger, or it feels like it just takes you back there so quickly.
Yeah. And training that we received, you know, like there was times that we were deployed, or while we were deployed, that nothing, you know, it was like an environment that I was in prior to being deployed, you know, and then some crazy stuff happened, and you know, we had gone through training in order to prepare us for that, and that type of training, it can be beneficial in your life, but after the experiences I've had, it's just kind of like stuck in there, you know. So like going into big crowds and stuff, what people are most likely, the typical like thinking patterns they have is mine's a little different,
Right.
you know.
I think the things y'all are talking about are very typical of veterans who have come back from being deployed. You're all listing typical symptoms of PTSD, you know, so I don't think, I mean, I know it's hard to think that other people feel the same way as you, but you're not alone in this. And hopefully we can grow this group and y'all can gain support through each other. I did want to go through a little DBT exercise. It's called Strong, and it's about maintaining healthy habits to help you kind of maintain control of your emotions and maintain control of positive thinking, and kind of just making sure you're taking care of yourself, because I know that's easy to neglect when you're feeling like this. So how do y'all feel y'all have a handle on your emotions now?
Sad emotions, I feel like I have under control better than other emotions. Like if I'm sad, I can, you know, go off to myself and I can be alone and I can handle that. But it's the emotions that affect others that are harder, like the frustration and the being, like you said, like aware and like in crowds, like watching out for people. Like I can't control myself from feeling like afraid or like shaky or nervous or angry. Like that stuff is harder for me to control. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I would agree. As far as like sadness goes, I'm pretty good at controlling that, but it's more of like the nervousness and like anxiety and anger, I would say, and happiness has kind of been like an absent emotion.
Okay.
Like happiness and joy
Yeah.
has been just like I don't know. It's around me, but it's not in me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the first thing we talk about when we're talking about Strong is sleep. How do y'all feel like y'all's quality of sleep is?
It's probably not the best. It's some days are better than others. Like if I get out and actually like exercise and wear myself out, then I can sleep okay. But sometimes the dreams wake me up, or I don't have them that often, but when I do, it's really hard to go back to sleep. And then I feel like even the restlessness in my sleep, I feel like I move around a lot,
Okay.
so it's hard for me to get good sleep most of the time.
Yeah, for me, I don't stay asleep for a long time.
Mhm.
I sleep probably the appropriate amount, but it's more of like, I'll get up in the middle of the night and like walk around
Okay.
the house and like, check on everyone, my family, and
Yeah.
I get back in bed, and then a couple hours later, it's like the same thing, and it's been like that for years.
Okay.
So,
I would say it's important to maintain as close as you can a good like nighttime routine. Get your body, used to going to sleep at a certain time. If you do wake up in the middle of the night and you find that you're not able to go back to sleep, sometimes it's more beneficial to get up and walk around instead of laying in bed and getting more frustrated that you can't go back to sleep. Trying to wake up at the same time every day, like you said, getting exercise can be a really good thing. And that's a stress reliever in itself, and that's actually another part of this group later on. The next one is making sure to stay on your medications. Is that something y'all feel you're good at or struggle with?
I do okay for a little bit, and then I start feeling a little better one day, and then I'm like, oh, I don't need that today, and then it's like a cycle.
Right.
And I feel like I probably need them to be adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they do as much as they could do for me, so I get discouraged sometimes with that.
like I said, I've been home, so I'm not taking any medication as far as this goes. But I think if I was prescribed medication, I don't personally don't think I would have an issue, because like I take like vitamins and stuff,
Okay.
and I don't miss doses of those,
Okay. That's
or
good.
or like supplements or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just not prescribed any.
Okay, and that's okay. Some people aren't, and some people don't need them. I will say for you, sometimes it can do more harm than good when you're missing doses. It takes a while, especially for psych meds, to kind of get your body to get used to them, and you just start feeling the effects of them. And if you feel like your dosage needs to be changed, it's important to talk to your doctor about it. And if you are on a medication for a while and you feel like you're ready to quit taking it, that's another thing you'll have to talk to your doctor about, because stopping cold turkey with some medications can cause some bad side effects. The next one is R, which is resisting drugs and alcohol. Substance use is very common for veterans who are experiencing PTSD. If you're not comfortable disclosing whether you have issues with that or not, I totally understand that. But I will say taking medications and doing drugs or alcohol can also not be a great combination.
I don't think I struggle with it as terribly. I think sometimes when I've had a really bad day, or if I get in a fight with my husband, then I'll drink some, but it's not like I don't get drunk to forget, or get drunk because I'm sad. I guess I kind of do more when I'm angry, but not just to feel bad and be sad, I guess.
Yeah. I drink a lot.
Okay.
People don't really know it though.
Okay.
So I don't know, like I hide it from my wife and stuff. Like if we like eat dinner or whatever, like I'll drink beer, but I have like a flask like hidden,
Okay.
maybe. So, but as far as like drugs, I don't do any drugs, but I do drink a lot.
Is that something that concerns you, or not?
Yeah, it's definitely concerning, because I don't really leave the house, and everyone else does. So like when I'm there by myself, I'm just,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if my family has seen me sober in a long time, so it's definitely a concern
Yeah.
that I have.
That may be something we bring up in a future group.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about ways you could talk to your family about that, and begin, if you're interested and feel like you need to seek treatment for it.
Mhm.
That's definitely something
Yeah,
we can
it's
focus on.
something that we could definitely look forward to in the
Okay.
future.
Okay. So our next one is the O, which is once a day. It's pretty much like one thing you do ideally in the morning that makes you feel like you have control over your day, you have control over your life. It makes you feel like you're put together and you can conquer the rest of your day. Even if nothing else gets done, that one thing is done. Whether it's like making your bed or getting up in the morning and taking a shower. Do y'all have one of those?
Oh, my bed's crisp
Yeah.
every morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was part of my routine every day
Yeah.
for a long period of my life. You know.
Is that something that gives you a sense of accomplishment?
I mean, I guess looking at it, it does, but you know, to me, it was more just kind of like I was forced to do that for so long,
Right.
and I like that.
Okay.
You know, like I like the sheets being,
Right.
you know, all tight and instead of all jumbled up, and I can make a bed in like 45 seconds. So
I'm sure your wife appreciates that
yeah,
too.
she likes it too. You know, but I don't know if it would be considered an accomplishment. But yeah, to me, it's just natural. You know.
How do you think you would feel if you didn't make your bed one day?
Oh, it would be absolutely bizarre.
Okay, so maybe that is your once a day.
If I didn't make my bed, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like I haven't gotten out of it
Right.
yet or something, you know.
Okay. What
So.
about you?
I don't think I have one. My life is just chaos, it feels like, with the kids and getting them up and getting them ready. Like, first of all, I don't even want to get up sometimes, so I feel like just getting up is an accomplishment some days. And then I get up and then it's just, they need this, they need that, and they need this, and they need their lunches packed, and they need, so it's just, I feel like I'm going all the time, and I don't really have a me thing in the
Right.
morning. I'm just doing what I can to get out the door.
Well, like you said, maybe sometimes just having the willpower to get out of bed is what kickstarts you and makes
Yeah.
you feel like you can take it all, you know.
I wish I had time for like a nice bath in the mornings or something,
Yeah.
but maybe one day.
Yeah, well, trying to develop a good self-care routine, even if it's something you do once a month or once a week, can be beneficial. So next is nutrition. It is important what you're putting in your body. You want to make sure you're getting good quality foods, fruits and vegetables, but also maintaining like a good structure to your day, like eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and not neglecting yourself by going long periods without eating or overeating.
I love to cook,
Okay.
so and you know I spend a lot of my time at the house, so
Yeah.
and drinking. So you know, when everyone comes home and like my wife comes home, and the kids come home, it's nothing for me to have dinner made. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like I guess that's kind of my thing. You know, wake up, make the bed, and then there's food made
Yeah.
whenever everyone comes home. So, and like we kind of switch off on like preparing like the lunches and stuff.
Mhm.
But no, I don't like to miss a meal.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
I feel like I don't miss meals, but I also feel like I snack a lot, and it's not usually healthy. And then with dinner, again with the chaos, it's whatever the kids want to eat or will eat, and so it's just whatever's fast, and we can just get done. I wish it was more like I had dinner made every night when they got home, but it's
Right.
not.
And sometimes our stress levels do affect how we're eating. They make us overindulge or make us go a long time without eating, skipping meals and stuff. But it is important to at least be aware of those things. And the last one is about getting exercise, which you touched on. Getting exercise is really beneficial, helps you sleep better, helps you feel more confident, and keeps stress levels low. Are there ways y'all incorporate exercise into your day?
I do every now and then when I'm feeling good. I go to the gym when I, feel real motivated.
Right.
But I should probably do more. Maybe that could be my thing. I can run in the mornings or something, but it could be better. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to do like 3 days a week. But I don't know, I feel like my time doing that's already, kind of gone as well. So I just, like I said, all this kind of results back to me like staying at home.
Right.
And I know if I do that and I sit there and I drink beer all day and I cook and, all that, then something's going to happen to me at some point that I don't, I don't want to become like an obese person.
Okay.
So, yeah, I try to do like at least 3 days a week.
Okay, yeah, and it's not something you necessarily have to do every day. You can get benefits from exercise by doing it once a week if you haven't been doing it, at all.
Right.
But the point of this whole group is to just be aware of these things and be aware of how, being aware of how all of these things do affect your emotions on a day-to-day basis. What happens if I don't get good sleep one night? How do I feel the next day? How do I feel after I exercise? But it's definitely something we can come back to later on, just reminding ourselves, that we're taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, so basically, like if we get enough sleep and we take our meds, right? And then what was the next one?
Resisting drugs and alcohol.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say, if we do all this stuff, then the acronym is STRONG, so it kind of like
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's easier to remember. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm really glad you guys made it, and I hope to see you next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully this recorded.